Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Art, and I'm a coach at footcoaching.com. I'm a game analyzer also over there. So I will leave the links and everything in the comments so you guys can go ahead and check who we are, what we do, basically. I will also leave you a link to our Discord. Just a reminder, guys, it's free to join right now. It's open for everyone who is willing to share gameplay experience. We have everything basically going on there, talking every discussion about EAFC, and not only EAFC. It's a kind of we are kind of close family there, but it's open for everyone who wants to join, and I encourage you to do so, guys. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything new. Let me just tell you, the channel is not closed. I'm still here. I'm still playing the game. I'm still working as a foot coacher. And the only reason, there are a couple reasons that I haven't uploaded anything new, but let me just tell you one, the main one. I think whoever knows my craft, my stuff, whatever I do on this channel, you guys already know that I'm not uploading if I don't come up with anything new, like new ideas, new formation tactics, that like there's something, let's say, special, okay, that I can share with you. And I honestly couldn't come up with anything that was worth sharing with you. Part of that is because this game is very hard to come up with something new. It still plays basically the same way, especially when I play in elite divisions and trying to get those higher ranks in weekend league. It's very tough to play the way you want to always, you know. I watched, of course, every other content creators who were uploading day tactics, and if you are following any of those YouTube social medias, you can see that they're basically all the same. So I couldn't see even anything new. So yeah, but I'm not doing that I'm not making any dime from uploading this. It's just for sake of me having fun sharing with you something new, okay? Guys, because you were waiting so long for me to upload anything, I will show you my whole setup. Today, there's going to be 3 formations, 3 tactics, but with no gameplay. The reason why I'm not uploading any gameplay this time and not showing how to play, it's because you will get the tactics and formation that are not played one way. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, guys, I don't want to make a video long for 1 hour, okay? And you know my videos are still too long for some of you. And so today it's going to be just the tactics, just instructions, a little bit explanation on what players I suggest in every position and role. But whatever, I mean, if you have any questions about any of those formations, any of those instructions, just go ahead, leave a comment on YouTube, and you know, guys, I will get back to you and answer those questions. So no problem with that. Let's just go to my team. Okay, so what I want to, this is the current team that I'm using. So I got rank 1, rank 2 with those tactics. So I think it's fun, enjoyable to play. And if I can get those results, I am positive that you also will achieve some kind of success with it. I will start with the tactics and formation, like, let's say, least favor of mine, and end up with the most enjoyable, at least for me, right at this moment. Okay, so we're gonna start with the hated, most used formation, 4-3-2-1. Yep. I use that too. The reason, but why I decided to share this one with you, because you don't defend in a 4-4-2 shape as everyone's suggesting and everyone is showing you. I decided that I want to have 5 players in the midfield line when defending. You will see that with the instructions and the reasoning behind that, okay? So with every formation, what I try to do, guys, what I try to achieve, it was I was trying to get not that only horizontal move of, like, stale move of the players when they're running, but mainly diagonal move, to have some confusion with the opponent's AI defenders. And that was my goal, like with every formation that you will see today. So tactics, this is the setup of this formation. Balance 47. I use 71 depth in every formation because I get used to that press. But you have to know by now, if you were playing this game that long, that it causes that your players are out of position so many times, okay? They are trying to press automatically, and so I get used to it, but if you're not feeling comfortable, feel free, just lower the depth so they won't do that auto press. The reason why I use this mainly is because I like that auto offside trap. Let's say auto offside trap where my last defenders push up, yeah, it just I get used to it playing the whole year the same way. Okay, fast build up and possession with 90, one player in the box. Don't worry about that one player in the box because you will still have players enough to score the goals in the box of your opponent. Okay, so don't worry about that one player in the box. Use it use it the way I'm showing you. Corner free kicks is up to you. I use one. Okay. Anything else worth mentioning here? I think no. Let's just go forward. Formation, how I set up. Okay, so I'll stop right here. What I was trying to achieve, guys, is to have those lam and ram players as my creators of scoring chances. My main player who's supposed to score goals in this formation are not those two players. It's a striker, LCM, and right CM. Okay, so those are main players that are supposed to score goals. This is just a CDM, self-explanatory, who is just covering wherever when we lose the ball, we'll lose possession in encounters. Okay, we will see with the instructions. So those three players, RCM, LCM, striker, and fullbacks also are the main players who are supposed to score the goals. Messi as a RAM player, Putellas as a LAM as I'm using, are players who are supposed to create those chances, make those scoring chance passes, okay? You will see with the instructions. And also, they're coming back to defend. That's why I said I want to defend with those 5 players in the midfield. It's something that you need to get used to because you have those 3 players in midfield and you have to sometimes drag LAM and RAM manually. They're not coming back like you have in 4-4-2. So you have to sometimes choose them manually and bring them back. But in my case, it was worth it because I was making so much pressure to my opponent to pass my midfield line. Because in my opinion, the midfield line, whenever if opponent can pass the midfield line, it's very hard to defend with only your defender's line if he is a very skilled opponent and like good opponent. Okay, instructions. So this is one of the formations that I decided to use one physical striker and put him on balance everything. I'm not touch him. The reason why, because I want a little bit of help from AI and let the game decide where he's supposed to be and how he's supposed to take advantage of any free spaces that are created by dragging out of the defenders of the opponent, okay? So both RAM and LAB are going to be on the same instructions. As you can see, come back, drift wide, and false 9. As I said, I'm trying to find them when I'm building up as a first players to pass, and they are dribbling, they are creating, they are making those gaps for players from midfield to utilize, basically to take advantage of it. Okay, so as you can see, both are on the same instructions. You can go ahead. I packed Messi, so I'm using him. Of course, it's natural, right? Because it's a great card. But you can use basically 4 players box to box in those positions, in those 4 positions. I encourage you to have one CDM, just like rock solid defender, just to stop those counters if you lose possession. But you can use 4 players like Putellas, Bentancur, whatever. They're gonna be totally fine. So in those positions, okay. One striker is also enough. So both Ram and Lam drift wide, false 9, come back. Now, striker we already are also covered. LCM, get forward, get in the box, free roam, and the same instruction for RCM. Okay, so as I said, there are the guys with a free roam where they will take advantage of those free spaces created by those two players. How they create the space is because where they're dragging out of the position the not controlled player of opponent defender. It can be fullback, or center back, and free roam. It just gives them the chance to utilize that empty space. If they take fullback out of the position and he will run behind those players because they are as a false nine, they're coming and showing for a ball, right? Then that's why we have also our fullbacks on join the attack and overlap, because this is the space that I want to utilize mostly by fullbacks. Okay, so if they drag out of position center back, let's say, then that's when RCM and LCM were utilized that gap where center back left. Okay, and nothing on center backs, and nothing. I mean, the goalkeeper is up to you totally. Okay, I don't care about what you do with the goalkeeper. First one. This is the first tactic. I haven't shown you the, I think, CDM. Stay back, stay on edge, cover center. Don't do free roam. Just because as you can see, I'm using De Jong as a high player. And what I noticed when I use free roam also on that player, because I wanted somehow to substitute the lack of deep line playmaker role. But when I use free roam, he's joining attack too often for me, and we are just so exposed in the back when we lose possession. Okay, you guys, I mean, my style of play this game is mostly passing game. I of course have to do sometimes skill moves, but I would say 90% it's a passing and 10% is skill moves. So I don't do too often the over-the-top through balls. I have no idea how to cross perfectly. Even I'm using Drogba, but believe me, I'm just like not a perfect crosser. So mostly it's a short, quick passing game, and just breaking down the opponent with a passing. Okay, so yeah, this is the first tactic. Okay, 4-3-2-1 again, as I said. I don't know if you guys hate this formation. You probably do, because you see that like 95% of the time in every other opponent. But I think this is placed different way. This is like something different that you see. I think you've seen on other social media. So I hope you will enjoy this one. I got 20-0 with this formation and tactics. So yeah, so that's why I decided to share. And it was actually given to some of the my colleagues from Discord who were willing to test and help me out with the tactics. So yeah, another reason why to join our Discord. And yeah, and just don't forget, thank you guys very much for your help and testing and always showing up when I need you. All right, let's just jump into the second tactic, the formation that I was avoiding a lot, because I was thinking it was boring for me. Okay, it was, I mean, so boring to play. It's very good defensively. Okay, it's a very balanced formation, but I couldn't like create anything incredible or fun with this, and that's why I was like avoiding. In a FIFA 20, I was using only 4-2-3-1. I think we all were using 4-2-3-1, and that was fun. Okay, but because maybe how the game plays right now, how the defensive line or would behave themselves with the AI press and stuff, I wasn't liking this formation. And also, we guys all know that one striker, sometimes it's not enough. So I was thinking how to use this formation, but make, first of all, not only one striker, but also those diagonal moves. Okay, so what I come up with is, guys, those two players, so my striker and my cam, are the players who coming back to defend. So Drogba as a striker and Barcola as a secondary striker, they are staying forward, and they are the strikers per se. And Putellas and Messi are dropping one of them on as a right mid and the second one on the left mid position, okay? So yeah, that's how I create the diagonal move, because when we attack, they're not going straight, they're making the diagonal move to their position, okay? But I have those two strikers in order to counterattack. They're staying forward and they're taking the position in a build-up as a lamb and a ram, of course. But still, when I have a counter, they are closer to the middle, and that's how we create chances. Again, this is, as I said, no one way of scoring. I hope you will notice that when you will start playing and trying to implement this to your game. Again, I'm using Messi as a cam, but like players type of Bonmati, Barella, Bentancur, whoever, Bellingham, you can use as a cam instead of Messi. So two high players, perfect here, who can dribble, who can a little bit defend, but mostly can pass and shoot also, okay? Right now we have such a boosted cards that I think it's not going to be a problem to find a player who will give you chemistry and will fit that role the way I just described, okay? And instructions. So, again, those Putellas and Messi are my creators. My scorers are, of course, Drogba and Barcola as the strikers. So that's why false nine and come back. And over here, come back, get in the box, free roam. Again, no gameplay, so it's hard to show you and explain everything. You will have to experience that yourself, get used to a little bit to the player movements. But as I said, main thing, it's those diagonal moves when they're coming back and to defend, and after that when we get the ball, they're going forward to attack. So they're making those diagonal moves to their position that they are supposed to be. And as I said, Barcola, just why stay on edge? I want to mix up because Drogba is on a get in the box, Barcola is on a stay edge. I just want to mix up a little bit the attack. I don't want to be stay on the left and right side. He still will get in the box if he sees the opening gap, so don't worry about a lot of free roams, because it requires, I think the free roam wasn't working perfectly in every formation tactic I tried to create, and I started to using when I gave them so much space to utilize, and that's why the free roam is working right now for me in this formation and the previous one that I showed you a couple minutes ago. All right, and again, this is the instructions that I usually use on my CDM, who is a deep line playmaker. I'm using him as a get forward, because when I'm using deep line maker and stay back, he's dropping too deep for me, and I don't like that. He's too far for me from the reason I need deep line playmaker. I want him to show up for his cycling, for extra pass and stuff, and I need him to be close to my attackers. That's why I have him on get forward and deep line playmaker, okay? The second one is on a stay back cover center. Again, nothing, no cat passing lane, no free roam, no drift wide this time. The reason why I want him to be in that position, I want to rely on the defender when I lose the ball. Because again, as you guys know me, I use my fullbacks, and this time I want them to join the attack. The reason why, because in this formation, I kind of have to force the movement of the players. It's a little bit different than from 4-3-2-1, where they like on balance is, let's say balance is enough for you. You don't have to force them to get forward. In this formation, I kind of felt the need to force them a little bit moving forward. Tactics again, balance, as I said, depth 72, 71. It doesn't matter, guys. I'm probably just skipped one number. So again, if you don't feel comfortable with that auto offsides, auto press, don't use it. Okay, lower the depth. It's totally fine. So width, again, we went very high width, and the reason why is that because I want those players, the strikers, also make those diagonal moves, and they will, because they're coming short to the center of the pitch when we are defending, but when we are attacking, those making those diagonal moves to the side, lamb and ram, and the width helps them to do it, let's just say, a little bit quicker. Fast build up and forward runs, this time not possession. As I said, I need in this formation. I cannot press all the time L1 and R1 and ask my players to move. And I kind of felt that I have to do it in this formation. So that's why this is the way I... the same thing goes to the player in box 5. I need that movement from my players in this formation. Okay? The second one and the last one, guys. Let's say the most enjoyable, at least for me. 4-2-2. Balance, as you can see, guys. This is the thing that 3 players was enough for me. Because I made it again aggressive enough for my taste. Depth, same story as in previous 3 formations. Fast build up and forward runs. Forward runs work perfectly in this formation, and you will see after instructions why. So now you have 2 strikers, and again, whole idea of creating all those tactics and formations was the diagonal move of the players, not just a linear straight run. Okay, because I don't want to every time player lock players or make manual runs for them, like, you know, so I want the AI do those diagonal moves, and that's how I created the diagonal moves in this formation. So my 2 strikers in this formation are Drogba and again Barcola. So what does that mean? That my position striker Messi is coming back to defend, and my Lamb is coming back to defend also. So Putellas in this case will drop as a left mid, and Messi will do the whole run to the right mid position. That's how you get that diagonal move from Messi to his original position. Drogba will drop to the left striker role when defending, so he will have a diagonal move to the right side. Barcola will play in defense as a right striker, making the diagonal move as to the run position. Okay, that's the whole idea. You will see that maybe when you will try it, because as I'm saying, when not showing you the gameplay example, it's kind of hard to imagine that, but this is like the intention, and believe me, it works. Okay, let's just jump into instructions. So as I said, start with a striker. Stay central, getting behind, stay forward. I need that this time those forward runs with a stay forward and getting behind on the physical type player works perfectly for me, at least. And the second one, stay forward, drift wide. Just the drift wide, just to get him the diagonal move all the time, moving left or right. Okay, wherever he sees the space. Now, stay central, false time, come back on defense. Stay central on the Messi, or as I said, you can use high player, any box to box over here too. It's totally fine. And stay central because I want him quickly go to his original position that he's supposed to be, and not drift wide or lose himself wherever on the pitch. So yeah, so this is the instructions for the left striker, but actually he's defending as a right mid. Over here, Putellas, come back, stay on box, stay on edge, and free roam. So I need her to recover to recycle the ball in case, and she will still get to the box when she sees the opening or gaps in the defensive line of the opponent. But initial her movement, I don't want her to jump into the box. I want her to show up for a ball. Okay, so that's why stay on edge and free roam. Again, wherever we create the gaps, and you will see that we will create the gaps in opponent defensive line, she will utilize that empty space. Again, this time, as I said, I'm using deep line playmaker. And I'll tell you guys why. Because I'm too open. So I don't need him to go forward. I actually want him to stay back. I want that 3 players back, with him and my 3 center backs just stay back. Honestly, just create a three line formation. So that's why I don't need him to create chances in front. I need him to stay back and help me out to actually get out of my half. So that's the main issue you may feel, because with a fast build-up and forward runs, as you can imagine, they're just running straight forward, guys. It's so quick. So sometimes when the opponent is pressing, you like where the hell are my players? And they're already gone, and they're on the pitch of your opponent, on his pitch, on his side, right? On the second half, on the second side. So, and that's why I need him to stay back, help me out, of course, with the play style, long ball, whatever, with pass, good long ball stats. It will be perfect to use that kind of player here. But still, his main role is, of course, to defend. The second player is also staying back. And the reason for that, don't worry, he will join the attack. They both actually will, in some way, okay, in some scenarios. Even I have a stay back. But the reason why I need him to stay back is because when we lose the possession of the ball, you can imagine that the distance that Messi has to travel from right mid to from left striker to right mid position as where he's intent to defend, right? So that's why he's like covering the wing, drifting wide. So he's already kind of there when I need him to defend. So he will stop any tries of my opponent to build up from the weak side, because it's going to be my weak side. The right side is going to be weak side on the defense until the whole team is in shape, in defensive shape, okay? So that's why I use those instructions on the right CDM. Nothing again. I'm sorry. I use conservative interceptions on this formation on center backs because I don't want. I feel like with the stats that we have right now in the cards, with those aggression stats like 99, 95, whatever, over 90s, right? I think they're trying to intercept the ball more often, like by themselves. When, of course, when it works, it's perfect. But when it's not, I'm losing the player in my defensive line shape, and it's not already 4 defenders. It's just 1 or 2 left, and he's out of the position. I didn't like that in their formation, and the reason I implemented conservative interceptions just to remain that 4 backline shape. Okay, if I manually control them, I'm fine to go and tackle and try to get the ball myself. I don't need in this tactics to do that by AI. Okay, and fullbacks again on overlap, just overlap, not join the attack, because I used join the attack, and as I mentioned, it was a little bit too fast for my liking when they were just running straight forward, and I had no chance to build up using them when I recovered the ball, and when the opponents in elite division or in those sorry, when you play those high let's say division players, opponents, they're pressing all the time. Okay, they're using the pressing tactics all the time, so I need them to help me out to get out. Okay, so the balance kind of was in the middle of what I needed them to do. Goalkeeper as again whatever you choose to do. So okay, I think we covered everything. 28 minutes, 3 tactics, 3 formations. Gameplay. Regarding the gameplay, if you want examples of how I score, because again, I'm telling you, you don't need it this time. Those formation and tactics, kind of, just one last sentence. I'm not sharing with you guys my last formation is because it's just the pressing tactics. It's 4-4-2. I just constant press, whatever. I just need to chase the result, the score of the game. So there's no point of me. It's like personal preference. Nothing crazy there. Okay, nothing to share. Okay, so what I wanted to say is those formations have a couple different ways, scenarios how you can score because of those diagonal player movements and different gaps opening by your player movements on the pitch. Okay, you will see that. But if you of course need a gameplay, or you will struggle with any of those formations and tactics, how to build up or anything, write down the comment on the comment section, and we're happy to answer everything. If you have questions regarding any player, any role of the player, or what player you suggest me, you want, I mean, if you want me to suggest any player in your team, go ahead and of course write down the comments and ask me, and I will happy to help you out. Again, guys, remember Discord is free. Let me know if you enjoy it. Okay. I was waiting a long time to share this with you, and I think this place a little bit different than what you can find in every other social media. So I hope you will enjoy it, because mainly for me it's the fun aspect why I still try to play this game, and I'm trying to create something fun. Okay. Um, Last words. I hope it was worth waiting for me, and enjoy, guys. And I'll promise to do it more regularly, those uploads of the tactics. And until next time, thank you very much for watching and liking every my video and subscribing. Until next time.